Alright, so hey guys, how are you? I've not been on YouTube for a while, so that's okay. I mean, I'm gonna upload more soon. But yeah, I was thinking of talking about something that I wanted to make. Okay, so yeah, I was talking about something that I want to make. Wow. Yeah, you see, I want to make fan-made toys. You already know I want to make fan-made toys. I'm going to be uploading some of those. Up next. Yeah, you know. But, here's another one that I want to make. Yeah, here's another one that I want to make. I'm going to explain it to you guys. Here's another one that I want to make. It's a fan-made Mattel toy. It's a fan-made Mattel toy. And it's honestly like for babies, considered for babies or whatever. But yeah. Honestly, I don't know if you would consider this a toy anyways, so whatever. And it's from a kid's show anyways. So yeah. So yeah, now let's get on to it. So I was thinking of making a fan-made Backyardigans soother toy. I kind of said that it was not a toy, because, I mean, it is, but it isn't a toy. So, basically what it is it's a soother, a crib soother, that mounts onto the crib, here, with these straps here, and it takes 4 C batteries. And it has some different modes, and it has some lights on it. And basically what happens is the speaker, the lights here, they light up. Basically what it is it's just like a soother. It's like a thing that straps on. And it's got the Backyardigans characters on it. It's got all the characters from the Backyardigans on it. And basically it has a speaker on it. It has like a big speaker on it. It'll have a volume knob on it, just so you don't have to worry about like a stupid little switch that's just a bit dodgy. It's got a wheel. And besides, a switch doesn't have that much range as like a knob or a button. So the knob will have more volume ranges. There's only 2 positions on a switch. There's 1 and 2. Versus on like a knob, there's like 6 to 10 positions. You can't get that on a little switch. It's either up or down. So basically there's a few modes on this here. So basically there's the on off, and then there's the soother. There's the soother mode here. The soother mode here. The soother mode here. So yeah, different modes. So yeah, there's a few switches on it. So basically the on off is the big one here. It's got a big switch here. And then close to that is the knob, which is like by the speaker, which is a good thing. And then there's the mode selector, which has music and then nature. And then there's the light switch, which when it's on, activated, it can just be like, can start the lights, and then it will just do the light things. Yeah, I just want to make that. But yeah, there's that light. And yeah, and then there's the knob, like I mentioned. And then there's a big button here to start all the functions, all the soundtracks here. And You're probably wondering what's it gonna sound like. Well, you're probably wondering what's it gonna sound like. Well, I'm thinking. I got an idea already. It's gonna sound like Mattel samples. It's gonna use Mattel samples, obviously, because it's a Mattel product from the early to mid 2000s. So it's gonna use Mattel samples, and it's gonna use a certain set of Mattel samples, like a certain amount of Mattel samples. So first, there is singing from the show. They're singing from the show. And singing from the show. They're singing from the show. So, basically, the song that's going to be sung by the characters is the Backyardigans' Rockabilly Lullaby. Because that's the only lullaby I can think of. And it's from the show. And I think it will be two wave, like 2 channel. Like the music, the instrumentals will be in 1 wave. But yeah, it will not. The instrumental will be from the show, not the Mattel samples yet. After, so yeah, like it'll play the Mattel, the Rockabilly. The first song will be Rockabilly Lullaby, and yeah, it'll tell the baby to hush. Then after that, it'll play some slow music from the set of Mattel samples that I'm gonna use. So yeah, it'll also play Rockabilly Lullaby from the Mattel sample set, like the instrumental version of the Mattel sample set. So basically, the sample set that I want to use is a special set here. I mean, it's not. There's a special sound effect that is not used in that many Mattel toys. But yeah, and also like the "Sing Me to Sleep" soother from like about 2000, the Winnie Pooh one. It'll sing the Pooh's lullaby. It sings the Pooh's lullaby, and then there's an instrumental version, like that. But the special sample basically will be the flute sample from the Winnie the Pooh Making Melodies trumpet thing, which is also used on the 2004 classical chorus Sparkling Symphony Gym. Classical chorus Singing Stars Gym. The rest of the samples are the bass sample from the Barney song Magic Banjo, the piano sample from the Animal Quartet piano, the guitar sample from the Animal Quartet piano, guitar sample from the Blues Clues radio, some of the sounds from the Sparkling Symphony Rock and Play piano 2001, the violin, either the violin from that or the what the heck is it? Rockabilly guitar? What the heck? Rockabilly. The Rockabilly guitar that turns into a violin and then turns into a guitar with a lever. That's from like, I don't even remember. 2000 or something like that? Like 2000? But yeah, that Rockabilly guitar, either that violin sample or the Sparkling Symphony violin sample. But it'll use some calming samples from that, and it'll just use those Mattel samples, like the flute from the Winnie Pooh soother and stuff like that. It was used on that. And it also will use a bunch of stuff like that. It'll use stuff like that, basically. It'll use stuff like that. Like, I mean, it'll also have the bass sample in the bass sample from the radios in the list, in the mix and stuff like that, but it will never really be used. It'll have the xylophone sample. Yeah, I mean, it'll have like some of the more soothing oriented sounds. Yeah. I mean, it'll do like some rockabilly type stuff, type of sound, rockabilly sounding type lullaby. That's why I wanted to include the guitar from the Animal Quartet and the piano from that to include in the rockabilly lullaby sample. And it'll have some of the samples from the Tigger radio as well, like the drum and stuff like that. I mean, yeah. But yeah. It'll use that sample, it'll use those sample set, and it will just use that sound font and stuff. I mean, yeah, I'll use that font. I mean, the banjo samples would never be used. The guitar from the Blues Clues radio will be used like for more rockabilly-ish type sound during the rockabilly instrumental rockabilly lullaby, and it'll do some classical music, and it'll have some chord samples, I think, from the Blues Clues and Barney banjo or something like that. But yeah, I think it might have the trumpet sample. But yeah, one of those low samples, basically, like those low samples, I think. But yeah, there's that, and just that sample basically there. And it'll soothe the baby. Songs will be like rockabilly lullaby and some other, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and it'll be like some nursery rhymes. Some Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Mary had a little lamb. You know, that type of stuff. I mean, yeah, that type of stuff we're talking. Mary had a little lamb, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Rockabye Baby, Hush Little Baby. Also some classical stuff like Fairlies. Fairlies, Canon and D. Pachelbel, Canon and D. And things like that, basically. Brahms Lullaby and other things like that. That's the type of music that I want to put in. It'll also just be like random cycles. It'll just cycle depending on the like just the time and how it was. It won't like have a random. It won't have like a specific order. It'll just do certain order. It'll just do a random cycle of songs. But it'll always start out with Rockabilly Lullaby, the singing version. But the instrumentals will start randomly. I'll use some Bach and some Mozart and certain things like that. You know, some of the classical stuff. But yeah, it's supposed to like soothe the baby. Yeah. It's supposed to be like soothing the baby, not trying to wake up the baby. So it's not nothing fast. So that's why I went with rockabilly, lullaby, and other things like that. But yeah, it's supposed to be a soother, not a waker upper. Or like, but yeah, it's supposed to be like that. But yeah, it'll be like that basically. It'll just be like that. So that's just basically what it will be like, basically. Not sure what other songs I should put in there. But yeah. Yeah, it'll have like things like box, it'll have like box, with that minuet in G. Yep. But yeah, it'll have that and stuff like that, and it'll have those types of things. And it'll have the Backyardigans characters and soft lights and stuff like that. Also, just to make this, honestly, just to make this easier, the light switch won't disable or interrupt the music. It'll just quit and cut off the lights. That's just what I like about this one. Just, you want to cut it off, just cut it off. And it'll just play the music. The other mode, yeah, that's how it is basically, so yeah. The other modes, yeah. The other modes include ocean sounds, like ocean waves, and waterfall, rain, and like crickets in nature, like wind, crickets, natural type things, nature. That's what it makes it sleep. That's what makes the baby sleep. But yeah, that will make the baby sleep, and that's just a natural thing about that. But yeah, why I couldn't play any of this is I don't have the sound font and don't know how to use like MIDI or anything like that. I need to be trained on that. Like, I mean, even like I don't know how to use like GarageBand or get samples and stuff like that. I don't have that sound font with me. And yeah, and also I don't want to get a strike just because I played Rockabilly Lullaby by the Backyardigans. I don't want Nickelodeon or whoever to sue me over that. But yeah. So yeah, and that's just how it is basically, so yeah. And that's it. But yeah, that's how it is basically, so yeah. And that's how the toy is. I have like a bigger speaker as well, just and it'll have a volume limit type thing, like it's not massively loud. It's not like screaming, it's like not enough to put a baby to sleep, to turn it down, or turn it up a bit. You know, whatever. Like, at the desired position. Not position 1 or 2. At a desired position. At, like, say if it had, like, 10 levels. If you could 10 levels, like if it had 10 levels. You could put it at 1, you could put it at 10, you could put it like anywhere in between 8, 6, 5, 7, 3, whatever. You could put it. That's better than the 2 or 3 volumes that they have. Because you have to only pick 1, 2, or 3. Versus like with the knob, you can just put it anywhere. Like it's just a turning knob. You can just put. And that's just basically it. And that's how you do that. And that's how you set it. So yeah, that's how it was. That's how it is, basically. So yeah. And also in the back here, these strips here, these straps here are easily meant to take off. No screws, no nothing. Like just these little clamp switches, clamp controls. You gotta grab the toy and unclamp it, and then just grab it, and then put the screw. Get the screwdriver in, and put the screwdriver in, and then unscrew it, and then install 4 new C batteries, or just remove batteries. But yeah, it takes 4 new C batteries. 4 new C batteries. 4 new C batteries, and that's how it will be. That's what it would take, basically. So yeah, it will take 4 new C batteries. New C batteries. 4 of them. And then there's a screw to screw it back on. It'll be usually a Phillips head. Yep. But yeah, all these will have these screw screws in, and a protective seal around the batteries and all that stuff, basically. So yeah, all that stuff, basically. So yeah. So yeah, all that stuff, basically. So yeah. It'll have like a protective seal around the battery so that the batteries don't leak. A protective seal around the cap, like in the battery seal. But yeah, and then it says the battery compartment. It'll say the battery compartment on it, and it said install 4 new C batteries. So it takes 4 C-sized batteries, and that's how it is, basically. So yeah. And that's just how it will be, basically. So yeah. And yeah, that's how it will basically be. And that's how it will be. Only 1 screw. I know some soothers and mobiles, they have 2 screws, and or like 1 screw, 1 clamp, whatever the hell it is. This one will just have a simple screw, 1 simple screw to screw it on, and it'll have a sealant around the battery cover and stuff like that. Alright, so yeah, that's how it will be, basically. So yeah. Then yeah. But yup, that's just how it is. So yep, and that's just how it is. So yeah. Yeah. And that's just how it is, basically. So yeah. And that's the technical stuff. That's like the just like what it will take for batteries and stuff like that. There will be like later versions with a remote control that will take like 3 or 4 AA batteries. I'll have this like wired like IRL, something like that, like this, right? IRL like controller, like infrared, like whatever TVs use, like I don't know what's called, like saying like what's the short form for IRL, something like that. But it's infrared light. Either that or like radio waves or something like that. So yeah, and it'll have that basically. The big button is to control the songs, and then there's the volume knob here, which will control it. And then it'll just basically just do that. But yeah, and that's just how it will be, basically, so yeah. But yeah, that's just how it will be. So yeah. And also some technical, some technical specs here. This will basically be made around the early to mid 2000s. So expecting being made around 2004, 2005, or 2006. Around that era, that will be released. Maybe 2005 or 6. But yeah. The regular one, the first ones will just have a button. Then I think that the other ones will have like a remote control access. But yeah, you have to be a certain way, to be a certain like range for the thing to work. So yeah, and also yeah, it's just that. But yeah, also it's just that. So yeah, that's it basically. See it. Also, just like I said before, take 4C batteries. I think the remote might take 3 or 4 AA's, something like that. But you can change the modes with the switch here. You gotta slide the switch like on the toy, and the knob here will change volume. It'll just automatically like pull the knob down. And I can just pull the knob down, set it to correct volume, and just do that basically. So yeah. So yeah, and that's just basically how it is. That's like how you turn it on and turn it off and just do that stuff like that. But you can just turn it off the regular way. And after it's done playing the music, like, you know, that like sometimes like people might forget to turn it off. But yeah, it has a battery saver mode, which will just automatically kick in with no sound, just like a speaker pop on the speaker. It'll just kick out and just stop, and I'll just shut off. It'll just shut off, and then you wake it up again by pressing the button when it comes on, and then you press it again to like exit the music and stuff like that. So I know parents are gonna like leave this thing on basically. They're gonna leave this thing on. You're gonna leave this thing on, and your parents or kids are gonna leave this thing on, and then the next day I want to use it, and they just don't want to see the batteries draining. Just see that drained. All that like, drained batteries are just completely dead and stuff like that. The remote control is also meant to do the same thing. Just saving the batteries. Yeah. Because like sometimes batteries can be expensive and stuff like that. Just, the kid wants to play with the toy or needs to go to sleep, and the thing just doesn't work or doesn't want to turn on No. But yeah. That's just basically it. So yeah. But yeah, that's just basically it. So yeah. But when the things are on low batteries, or where you mess around with the batteries, it'll glitch or sometimes drop the pitch. But yeah, it'll glitch and it'll do stuff. Since it uses PCM, it'll just cut out, like glitch the songs and dump all the sound font. It'll just glitch it out. And you can get the samples from there. And yes, it will also do the program data glitch. It will also do the program data glitch, which I'm not sure what that will sound like yet. Remember, this is fan-made and stuff like that. But yeah, it will do the program data glitch. It will do a program data glitch. So as a remote controller, have a tiny speaker, just do things and stuff like that. And it will do the program data glitch. And then it'll just dump all the sounds and stuff like that. It'll just do all the sounds and stuff like that. So yeah, and that's basically like what it will do. On the inside, on the circuit, I think there will be a point that will make it do that and stuff like that. It'll just basically be like that on the toy itself and stuff like that. If you mess with the toy itself. If you mess with the toy itself, with the batteries and the toy itself, then it will do the glitch and it will do all that stuff like that. But yeah, that's basically how it will be. And it will also mess up the rockabilly lullaby, basically, and stuff like that. Since I think that will be 2-channel and stuff like that, basically. So yeah. And that's just how it will be, basically. So yeah. And that's just how it will be, and that's how it will do it. So yeah. So yeah, I know people are going to be happy for that. And yeah, that's how it will be. So yeah. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I just hope you enjoyed it and hope you liked it.
Speech on. Pause video. Stop recording video.